I am allergic to grass and tree pollen. In the UK, it's called hay fever. It sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I end up with swollen eyes, a runny nose, and a real itch in my throat where I have to do this noise to scratch it. But that is nothing compared to some allergies out there. You are not going to believe some of these, I promise you. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 insane allergies that actually exist. Starting off at number 10 with a big one here, we have all food. Yes, in 2009, a story emerged about a 5-year-old Australian boy called Caleb who was allergic to all food. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm really not. Even a single particle of food will cause painful ulcers to appear all over his stomach. So, how does he survive? Well, he's fed 20 hours a day through a machine that pumps nutrients directly into his stomach. It's so bad that he can't even share pencils with his classmates in case he accidentally ingests some food that was left on them. He's fine with water and, strangely, one very specific brand of lemonade. Doctors don't know why this particular type of lemonade is okay for Caleb, but they hope that it may contain the key to curing his debilitating allergy. Coming out at number 9, we have apples grown near birch trees. You heard me right. Grace Morley is a girl from Ireland who will die if she eats an apple that grew near to a birch tree. The allergy developed after playing outside with friends. Now, Grace is not allergic to apples or birch trees on their own, but together they cause her head to swell and hives break out all over her body. Doctors' best theory is that the birch tree pollen has a subtle effect on Grace's immune system that causes it to go into overdrive when it comes into contact with apples. Very strange. Makes you wonder what other combinations out there can cause an allergic reaction. Next up at number 8 now, we have sunlight. There are a number of different types of sun allergies, but the most common one is called polymorphous light eruption. It affects about 10 to 15% of the US population, and I know what you guys are thinking. That's a pretty high percentage. It is, and many people do have it, but to varying degrees. For most people, exposure to the sun just causes an itchy rash. A lot of people mistake this for sunburn, but really it's an actual allergic reaction going on. It's more common for people who live in colder climates and tropical ones, but can affect absolutely anyone. Alright, coming out at number 7 now, we have wood. Some people are allergic to wood, a material that is used everywhere for a million different reasons. Different types of wood contain different chemicals inside the cells that cause the allergic reactions. People who are allergic to one type of wood might not be allergic to another though. It varies. In fact, there was a story from 2008 I found about a man who quit his job to become a carpenter only to find he was allergic to wood. He almost gave up on the career until he found out that he was not allergic to just one type of tree, the Welsh oak. He made sure to only ever use that type of wood ever again. Coming at number 6 now, we have water. Yes, you heard me right. Water. The official name for this is aquagenic urticaria and involves a person developing hives on their skin after it comes into contact with water. You might think this has something to do with the temperature of the water, but it really doesn't. In fact, scientists aren't even 100% sure what causes this. Sometimes people can even have a reaction to the water in their own tears. I have even heard some cases of people struggling to breathe after drinking water. Considering we all need water to live, this has to be one of the worst allergies imaginable. Coming at number 5 now, we have the cold. None of us like to be cold, do we? But there are some people who are allergic to cold temperatures. It's known as cold urticaria and is caused by a sudden drop in temperature. This could be coming into contact with cold water or just stepping outside into the cold from a warm building. There have even been cases of people having allergic reactions from just cold drinks. Whatever the cause is, the symptoms are usually the same: redness, itching, swelling, and hives. Now that you know this, I don't want any of you using this as an excuse to not go outside. It won't work unless you're actually allergic. Next up at number 4 now, we have the smell of fish. We all know you can be allergic to different types of food, but some people are allergic to even the smell of it. The proteins in shellfish and other seafood can trigger an allergic reaction, even a severe one if the allergy is bad enough. There have been stories of people having bad reactions simply by sitting in a restaurant where shellfish are being cooked in the kitchen. That's actually pretty crazy if you think about it. shellfish are scary. Next up at number 3 now, we have vibrations. The proper term for this is vibratory urticaria. People who have it break out in rashes and hives whenever their skin is touched by any vibration. This can be anything. The sound of a passing motorbike or even music from a loud speaker can cause the reaction. Scientists found that people with this allergy have cells that break apart when faced with vibration, causing a chain reaction that results in the release of inflammatory molecules. Apparently, it's really painful. Just imagine breaking out in a rash every time a bus drove past you or someone played loud music. It's sad, but it's also kind of fascinating. Next up at number 2 now, we have humans. Alright, for this one we're actually going to talk about dogs, and one dog specifically, Adam. He was a black Labrador mix who was rescued from a local pound in Indianapolis. He was covered in rashes, his skin was seeping fluid, and he was losing massive patches of fur. It looked like an allergic reaction, but they couldn't find out what was causing it. After months of blood tests, they finally found the answer. Adam was allergic to humans, in the same way that people can be allergic to cats and dogs. Once this was understood, they could treat him with the proper medication, and Adam made a full recovery. What a crazy story though. And finally, at number 1 now, we have touch. About 5% of people are allergic to touch. The proper name for this condition is dermatographia, but it's also known as skin writing. This is why. Putting enough pressure on a person's skin will cause swollen bumps and itchy rashes to appear. As you can see from these pictures, some people get quite creative with this and shape their bumps into all kinds of little patterns. Although it looks quite scary, the reaction usually only lasts for about 30 minutes. And as with many of the others on our list, scientists are still trying to figure out what exactly causes this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video all about the strange reactions out there. Now, I want to know, are you guys allergic to anything? I want to hear this strangest allergy we have from our viewers. As always, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. Thanks for watching. My name is Danny Burke, and I will see you all in the next video.